Welcome, my lovely friends. I'm trying this out. Welcome to Awaken You Yoga and More. How does that sound? Okay, I'm in here in my space. This is actually my recording space. My hair is feeling crazy, but I kind of also love it. It feels really fun. And I'm just here showing up, and there's so many things. There's so many things that I just want to share that sometimes I just feel like I just want to vomit it out. Blah, blah, blah. Ah. So the premise of this, what is the premise of this talk? Is that I encourage you that no matter where you are in your life, that it's okay to be where you are. That there's nothing wrong with the person that you are. There's nothing wrong with the path that you're on, because we each live such an authentic life. And we all have struggles, we all have gains, we all have failures, we all have successes. We have those days where we're like, I'm on the top of the world, or I am not. I'm in bed with the blankets over my head. I know that I was sick for a week, and I've been supposed to be recording my audiobook, but listen to my voice. It keeps doing the weirdest things. And I know that I'm just exactly where I need to be. And that's here. This is my little recording space. And it's really in my closet. It is, because I have 3 kids and we got done with homeschool, and they're out there playing Legos. They've been actually making these really adorable, not adorable, they're actually pretty cool stop motion Lego movies. It's really cool. Yeah, so I'm just here showing up, right? I did my podcast. I showed up a little bit yesterday on Voices Rising podcast, which is awesome. And I've been making these amazing malas that it's so interesting how life can just feel like you're hitting a wall, and then nothing is happening and everything is stagnant. And then all of a sudden it's life opens up this door, this magical door. And it's wait, wasn't this door open the whole time? Or was I just not open to seeing the door? I don't even know. Sometimes I feel like the door is closed. The door is closed. I'm in the closet. This door is closed for right now. And then it's all of a sudden life will just bring experiences and people into my life that are oh my gosh, this whole journey with recording an audiobook. I have dreamt of having an audiobook since my son Jack was born, and he's almost 8 years old, and it's finally happening. And you know why I think it's finally happening is because I finally decided that I was good enough and that I was worthy enough for it to happen. I decided that I am capable of all of my dreams. I am capable of all of my goals. I really am. I don't have to wait for anyone else to tell me, Shelly, you're good enough. Your book is good enough, Shelly. Because you know what? It's crazy. Laying in bed at night. I'm laying in bed at night, reading my book, crying, having goosebumps, just busting and reading so fast and highlighting all of these things and dog-earing all these pages. And I'm I am good enough. I did this. I worked so hard. And do you know who motivated me to do that? Me. I definitely found podcasts to help me and other books to help guide me, but it was me who stuck through it, because it was hard. If you ever dreamt of writing a book is really hard work. It takes so freaking much. I'm actually reading this book about 7 drafts. She says it takes 7 drafts, and I would say easily it took 7 drafts of this book. And even still, this book is in print, and I've made all these edits and things, and I'll still find a weird little random space. What's that? Why is there a random space? It wasn't in there before the print, but now it is. But just know that, especially I always think of the aspiring writers, because I think that we speak to people who are like us, is that you could write your book, you can write your story. You just have to actually take the time to write, because that's the hardest thing, is actually taking the time and carving it out of our day. Because this is something I notice so much in people, is that we always say, I'll do it when. I hear it all the time. I literally just heard it the other day from my brother-in-law. I'm going to start working out when I get my new job in 2 weeks. Like, okay, well, how are you going to start helping your body be healthier today? So, like for me, I know I have to show up on my yoga mat. And if I don't get on my yoga mat, then I'm going to get my butt outside walking. And something that I have like forgotten about how much I love and that I like have this deep well of just like, is hula hooping. Yeah, hula hooping. I did a women's retreat like years ago with my sister and a girlfriend, probably 3 years ago. It was called Hula Hoop and it was so amazing. And I actually got a makeup and it was kind of hard. I did yoga with a hula hoop, not like crazy hula hooping, but just like holding it and letting the hula hoop represent like I am the center of my own universe. But yeah, I'm off track, but that's okay because I think that's a really good like message for me to share with you is that sometimes we get off track and our mind is like this like insane thing. It's like, you know, like watching the news with that like brr headliner, like all of like the stock market like running by and all those numbers. That's our brain, because our average brain is like 50 to 70,000 thoughts per day. So it's like, oh my gosh, which one of those thoughts am I going to chase? Which one am I going to catch? Which one am I going to actually follow through with? And knowing that we have to land somewhere. And if you have ever wanted to write a book or maybe pondered it or just love literature, is that, like I was saying, that's where I was at, is that you have to start writing by actually writing. And I know I started by journaling, and it was many years ago, and I write about it in this book. And it was like, I read The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod, and it was such a really great book. It's like the not so obvious way to transform your life or your day by 8 o'clock, something along those lines. Don't quote me on that. And I started waking up at 5 o'clock, and I had a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a newborn baby, you guys. And I don't even know how I did it, but I just did, because I was miserable and I was having a horrible marriage. And I just decided something had to change or nothing was going to change. So I started waking up, and then I just started like, I got a journal and I would write, it's so cold outside and the birds are chirping and the leaves are twiddling and the blah, 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 blah. And I would just like write everything that I was experiencing until like weeks later, I could write, hello, Jack. I could write, what? That is life with kids. What was I saying? Until I could like actually write what I was thinking and feeling, which was really hard. And then it just like, was like, I had to write that. And then I wrote another book and I wrote another book, blah, blah, blah. There's so many different things. But the key is that I started showing up for myself. And that's where my awakening to my life began. And that's what like the whole premise of this book was. It's funny though, this book first started and the title was Spiritual Birth, because I was really like in this deep spiritual awakening of my life. And it was really good, but it was very just like bleh, like the vomit of all the thoughts. And then I changed it to because I was reading Jen Sincero's You Are a Badass, and I was like, what witty name can I come up with? And then I named it Get Boobsy and Take Back Your Thoughts, because men are like told to get ballsy, and I was like, well, I don't have balls, but I have boobs, so let's get boobsy and take back our thoughts. And then it was like I put it into hiding for a while, and then I was like, nah, it's not it. And then I came back, and it was like I really just like asked the universe for signs and like, what? Guide me towards a name and awaken you. And I will tell you that this tagline was really like equally as hard. And I think that's probably for another video. I'm feeling really inspired, so I'm just gonna get these out there and share with you. I love you, my friends, and I just wanted to say that you're doing an amazing job being where you are. And I want you to acknowledge yourself and all that you've done and all that you do, instead of worrying about all the things that you're not doing, because I know that I get so lost up in that game too. So I'm saying this for myself, and I'm also saying this for you, because you are worthy of everything. Like, you are worthy of love. You are worthy of acceptance. You are worthy of of beauty. You are worthy of compassion. You are worthy of prosperity and money. Like, you are worth anything that you desire. We just have to believe that we are. We have to like reach inside of us to know our own self-worth. And it comes from deep within here. I love you. I'm so grateful for you. And I just give you so much gratitude for showing up for you every day. And yeah, and I'll see you back here very soon. Please share, subscribe, and if you haven't picked up your copy, please support this incredible book. I really am, I'm like imagining people all over the world and like all of the continents all across the world, just like reading. I would love to see this book in a different language. Oh my gosh, I will just like bawl my eyes out. And I can't wait to see when this turns into a book club. Book club! What? I love you, friends.